So today is the NFC West. Are we ready to do it? We are ready to do it. Maestro, here we go. All right, let's start with the L.A. Rams. Listen, stop the L.A. hate. We have beaches and better weather. You can't hate us for everything. LeBron to the Lakers is going to work, and this Rams roster is filthy. They were already good at wide receiver. They added Brandon Cooks. They were already good on the defensive line. They added Ndamukong Suh. They were already decent in the secondary. They added Aqib Talib and Marcus Peters. They're really good. They have the smartest young coach in the game. They're the most creative team in the game offensively. Oh, yeah, they have the best punter and the best kicker. This is a football team with one concern. One. How long can Andre Whitworth play left tackle? Because he's really good, too. And they have 3 rebuilding teams in their division. Don't listen to anybody. Seattle's rebuilding. San Francisco admits they're rebuilding. And Arizona's rebuilding. Rams will win the division. I'll get to the record in just a couple of seconds. Let's go to San Francisco next. They are rebuilding. Their offensive line still needs help. And their secondary still needs work. They are not a complete team. They are not the kind of people are getting a little too ahead of themselves here. But they do have an A for a head coach, Kyle Shanahan. I think they have a B+ at quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. I think their defensive line talent is B to B+. Those are really important spots. I love their GM. I love their coach. I love their quarterback. Now, they added a pass-catching running back from the Minnesota Vikings, Jerick McKinnon. I like that. Not a superstar, but he can catch the ball. Watch. They have a rookie wide receiver named Dante Pettis from the Pac-12 Washington. Tremendous special teams player. Very, very good route runner. This is a team that's going to be sneaky good on offense with a good defensive line, but they're still rebuilding. And also, 5 of their last 8 games are at home, and they're all winnable. Raiders home, Giants home, Broncos home, Bears home, Seahawks home. All right, then I go with Seattle. Offensive line, it's still not very good. Running back, I got to wait and see on the rookie running back, Rashad Penny. Wide receiver, they lost their deep threat, Paul Richardson, to Washington. They feel like, to me, they've lost some momentum. Earl Thomas wants out. Cam Chancellor retired. Cliff Averill retired. There's just too many questions for me with Seattle. And again, I like Pete Carroll, but USC and Seattle feel the same. Comes in, adds energy, rinse and repeat, and then after about 5 or 6 years, everybody's heard Pete's stories, and they start tuning out, and the empowered locker room got a little political and a little talkative, and now they're taking shots at him, and Pete started it and created it, and now it's backfiring, and it feels like they've lost momentum. By the way, their November and December schedule is brutal. Brutal. Chargers at the Rams, Packers at Carolina, Minnesota at the Niners, Kansas City. They got a rough schedule in November to mid-December. And finally, Arizona. I like the future of Arizona. I think Josh Rosen's going to be really, really interesting, but he's not there yet. I think they drafted Christian Kirk from Texas A&M. He's going to be really interesting, especially on special teams. He's not there yet. David Johnson does return at running back, like him a lot. But their offensive line is old and unathletic. It was ranked 27th in the league last year, and both Bradford and Josh Rosen can be a little brittle, and I worry about that. I do feel like Arizona, unlike Seattle, I think Seattle probably has some better players right now. I like the direction Arizona is headed in. But I always worry when I'm not quite sure what I'm getting with a rookie quarterback, and I don't love the offensive line. Their final 6 games, for the record, are rough. At the Chargers, at the Packers. They got to go to Atlanta, get the Rams at home, at Seattle. Even if they're kind of promising, I think they could end with a thud. So here's my prediction for the NFC West. The Rams win it at 11-5. I am concerned about Marcus Peters in that locker room and Ndamukong Suh. They are not always the greatest teammates. The Niners get to 8-8. Seattle and San Francisco. Seattle's got more talent, but I like the momentum, and I like what I get from Kyle Shanahan and Garoppolo. They'll be sneaky good offensively. Arizona's not a bad team. I like their future. I like where they're going. I just think next year, mark my words, they're going to go into that draft and free agency, and they're going to upgrade that offensive line. Because if they can get the offensive line to click, watch out for Arizona after this year. I just don't think they're there yet. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.